Have you ever wanted to learn how to shoot a pistol equipped with a red dot sight while keeping both eyes open? I'm Jimmy with RHINO Tactical, and today you're going to learn something. Hi and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to discuss shooting a pistol equipped with a red dot sight and how to go about shooting lightning fast. One of those methods is called occluded dot shooting. Now, occluded dot shooting is a pistol training technique that involves blocking the front lens of a red dot sight with tape or a custom cover to force the shooter to focus on the target rather than the dot. This method enhances target focus, improves the brain's ability to process information from both eyes, and increases peripheral vision, which actually has benefits for both self-defense and competitive shooting. Now let's discuss how to practice occluded dot shooting. Number one is obviously safety first. What you want to do is make sure that your firearm is completely unloaded and clear. So what I like to do is I just pull the slide back and keep it open while I'm doing any modifications to my firearm. Thus ensures that I have nothing in the magazine or nothing in the chamber. So that is number one, safety, safety, safety. So number two, let's talk about how to apply the occlusion. And an occlusion basically means an obstruction of anything. So in this case, we're going to obstruct your vision. So what you want to do, and what I've done here, is I've just taken a piece of black electrical tape and I've just covered my Trijicon front red dot sight. Now what this is going to do, this is going to force you to open both eyes. In other words, if you close that left eye or right eye, whichever is your more dominant eye, it is not going to allow you to look at the red dot and look at the target because you only have one thing to focus on. You either focus on the target or focus on the dot. So it's going to force you to open up both eyes so that you can focus on the target with your left eye and you can focus on the red dot with your right eye. This is going to allow you to shoot super fast and it's going to give you the best vision for shooting. Okay, the next thing we want to discuss is dry fire. You want to practice bringing that firearm up while maintaining your target focus. So just get used to drawing and pressing, drawing and pressing. Once that dot is on the target and it's acceptable, press the trigger. So just practice doing this over and over again. And I've done this a lot in my other videos. You can go from target to target, but maintain that draw stroke throughout your practice. And that will help you get more consistent as time goes on. Very, very simple. Just like that, okay? Practice the dry fire. Practice like multiple targets. Practice creativity, okay? It all depends on you. Practice from right to left, left to right. Practice everything from targets down low, from targets up high to down low, from targets down low, right to left, from targets that are down low from left to right. Also practice getting used to putting the gun back in the holster without looking. That's one of the most difficult things, but it will enhance your dry firing abilities to bring that dot up directly and superimpose it on the target. So number four, let's talk about live fire. Now, once you're comfortable, load the weapon and incorporate the technique into live fire drills. Now, by that, I mean, once you have done many, many techniques for dry fire and you are used to dry firing, then get used to live fire. And the way to do that is start off slow. Once you load your gun, chamber around, chamber check, and put it back in, safely keeping your finger along the frame, you're going to just start out slow, bring the gun up, focus on mechanics, keeping the finger on the frame. As the finger gets on target and you acquire the red dot, finger goes into the trigger and you press. Now, that is simply how you do it with live fire. You never want to just, oh, I'm on ready, you're going to go out there, you're going to shoot yourself. If you try to do what you do it in dry fire, in your live fire exercise. So again, start off slow, just do one-shot drills with live fire from the holster. Try to maintain consistency. Try not to look down at your holster as well. Consistency and repetitiveness, okay? And then you can speed it up with the live fire, and then you will be ultimately safe as you're live firing. Now remember, this red dot sight has an occlusion on it, being a black tape. So number five is you want to focus on the target. Now keep both eyes open, focus on the target, and allow your brain to merge the visual information for both eyes to create an aiming solution. So as you come up, you're not going to be able to see the dot on the target with just your right eye, but your left eye will pick up the target and your right eye will just see the dot with nothing else. There will be no target to see. You will only see a dot through this because obviously the glass pane in front of this red dot sight is occluded, meaning it's blocked. So focus and let your eyes work together and bring both visions from your left eye and your right eye together to focus on the target. And once you pull this tape, it will be a better image for you. So number 6, and probably the most important point of all, is you have to practice regularly because you have to be able to engage in both dry fire and live fire sessions to adapt to the technique. You just have to give your body a chance to do it correctly. You have to let your body engage both eyes and get used to both eyes being open. Now, like I said before, I have always trained students to, like, instead of closing that left eye or right eye, whichever their eye that they don't want to shoot down the sights with is, all you have to do is basically squint. Just squint it, and that will allow more focus to go on the eye that you want. So you don't have to close the eye completely. So you could also do that. Squint the left eye a little bit if you're a right-handed, right-eyed shooter. Now, as I've said before, I started off with a left eye dominant right-handed shooting style. Okay, and I slowly, by covering this eye up, I switched my dominance to my right eye. And you can do that. You could actually switch from right to left, but you have to use this to do it. You have to think on how you're going to do it. And one of the ways is like this. Little tricks. Either you occlude the front red dot sight, or you just squint your left eye, bringing the focus to your right eye. Same principle. This is with the sight. This is with your eye. So anyway, practice, practice, practice. That is number 1 tip I can give you. So in conclusion, here are some of the benefits to occluded red dot sight shooting and practicing. Number 1, improved target focus. It helps shooters overcome the common habit of shifting focus to the dot on the optic, okay, instead of reinforcing the essential skill of focusing on the target. Number 2, it enhances binocular vision. By forcing the brain to reconcile conflicting images, what it does is it strengthens the use of binocular vision, creating a consolidated and reliable image for aiming. So number 3, in the benefits of practicing with an occluded red dot on your red dot sight pistol is it increases your peripheral awareness, okay? Keeping both eyes open allows for better peripheral vision, crucial for situational awareness and spotting additional threats in self-defense situations. And guess what? You're going to have 50% more of the visual information inputted into your brain. So in other words, by closing one eye, you're going to only have 50%. You don't see all this over here, but by opening that eye, look at that. I have 180-degree vision and a little bit extending beyond me. That's why you'll see a lot of people do an exercise and then they'll turn around and justify or confirm that there's no one behind them. So that is a big benefit. So the number 4 benefit to practicing on a red dot sight with an occlusion is it offers you greater versatility. Now, this technique is beneficial for various shooting applications, including competitive sports like USPSA, action shooting, and practical self-defense situations. So number 5, and the last benefit to practicing with an occlusion on your red dot sight is it offers you accessibility. Now, this method is easy to implement and requires minimal equipment. Dry firing is accessible to everybody, right? This makes it an easy and accessible training tool, right? So with that being said, we hope you learned something on this video, and please don't forget to smash that like button and shoot out that subscribe button so that we can keep bringing you shooting tips and techniques on this channel. Until next time, we'll talk to you out on the range as you destroy targets.